Welcome to GLHF. Today, we're bringing the top 10 new games of July 2020. In this list, we have games from every platform for you, including VR. So if you want us to keep going and make a video like this every month, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you won't miss the video for games in August. Let's start off with number 10, Death Stranding. So this might actually confuse some of you guys who own a PS4. Death Stranding is a game that is already out for the PlayStation 4 as an exclusive, or a former exclusive I should say, because as of the 14th of July, the game comes to PC on Steam. Death Stranding is a game that was published in November 2019, and it's created by Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima is one of the most critically acclaimed game creators. He was behind the very beloved Metal Gear Solid franchise. Death Stranding has received a lot of mixed reviews, either calling the game a masterpiece created by a genius or an over-glorified, slowed-down fetch quest game. We believe it's somewhere in the middle, and on the 14th of July, when the game releases, PC gamers can finally see for themselves. Number 9. Grounded. Grounded is a unique take on a very popular genre that has been very stale lately. Survival games became mostly popular because of Minecraft. Seeing the success of this genre inspired many to give their own twist, like the horror survival game The Forest. Well, depending or not on whether you have a fear of insects, this game could be classified as a horror survival game. Grounded is a game you play in the backyard of a house. The unique twist is that you're shrunken to the size of an ant. This means that the average insect you would encounter in your day-to-day is now a monster you need to slay. The small mud puddles are a lake, and the shortly cut grass is now a forest to you. The premise of the game is very unique and refreshing. If you're into survival games, you should definitely keep an eye on this game when it comes out on July 20th, 2020. Number 8. Rocket Arena. Rocket Arena is a new EA game that comes out on the 14th of July. This game is a cross-platform arena shooter that is going to be available on PC, the PS4, and Xbox One. If you're looking for more cross-platform games, by the way, make sure to check our top 10 crossplay games video. The game looks very similar to Smash Bros. And Brawlhalla in how it acts. Unlike those two games, it's 3D, but the way you KO an opponent is pretty much the same. Just like in Smash Bros., you need to keep damaging your opponent until their damage bar fills up. Once it's full, the next attack will send your enemy flying to the sky and out of the map. Adding a 3D and a first-person shooter element to an arena that behaves like Smash Bros. Is going to create an interesting game environment for sure. Even though it might look like it, this game is not free to play, but it's not a $60 game either. It looks like this game might not succeed because of its price being less competitive, but it might just surprise everyone and become successful. We'll just have to wait and see. Number 7. Rock of Ages 3 Make and Break. July seems like a great month for gaming because Rock of Ages 3 is another unique take that combines several genres together. The game will have you control a rolling ball of destruction in several mods. The first one is an obstacle course where you would have to get to the finish line before your opponent gets there. The second mode is the one that actually combines several genres together. In the second mode, you will take turns in defending your own cast and attacking your enemy's castle. When you're defending, the game acts a lot like a tower defense game, where you have to put obstacles on the path to your castle, and you can also deploy several offensive units to destroy the enemy's ball. Even when they're rolling, much like a real-time strategy game, you can still put obstacles in your opponent's way, even if it's past the preparation phase. Beyond those two modes, you also have a level creation tool, which will add a lot to the lifecycle of this game. The game has been delayed several times, but the currently planned release date is the 21st of July for PS4, Xbox One, the Switch, and PC. Number 6. F1 2020. This pick is for those of you that love racing games, and for those of you that enjoy a little bit of simulation. F1 2020 is the official Formula 1 game, and it will officially launch on the 10th of July for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and even Google Stadia. This game can be very enjoyable and immersive, even if you're not a fan of Formula 1 or 2 at all. Each track will provide a different challenge, and you need to play around with your settings and strategic choices to come out on top. The game has a team mode where you're not only a driver, but you also manage a Formula 1 team and everything it entails. You have an AI driver alongside you that you can manage and train to become better. You also have upgradable facilities that will determine the quality and durability of certain parts in your formula, as well as the quality of sponsors and the quality of the training you can put your second driver through. Use the money you acquire to upgrade the facilities or hire a better second driver that might compete with you for the top spots in the seasonal races. You also have an R&D center to perfect your vehicle, much like real-life Formula One does. If you own a gaming racing wheel, F1 2020 should be on your games list for sure. Number 5. Paper Mario: The Origami King. Paper Mario is a Nintendo Switch game that comes out on the 17th of July. Unique art styles such as the ones you see in this game could be a bad gimmick or a great addition to the game, and I think it's going to be the latter. Judging by the trailer, it looks like the game is an open world with a ton of things to do and collect. Unlike other Mario games, Paper Mario's battles are strategic and turn-based, instead of trying to stomp your opponent's head like you're used to. This game looks like a great exclusive that every Switch owner should buy, but let me extend the question to our viewers who have a Nintendo Switch. Are you excited for Paper Mario, and are you planning to buy it? Number 4. Destroy All Humans. Destroy All Humans is a remake of a classic game set in the 50s. Unlike most games who would have you save and protect humanity, this time you're set to destroy it, with the game's tagline being "One giant step on mankind." This game required a lot of research since they're releasing it with the same name as the original game, but we've got you covered. The game will be out on the 28th of July for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Looking at some of the footage available online, the game can be pretty funny, as one might expect from a premise like that. Destroy All Humans looks like a fun open world, third-person shooter, and a good remake for a classic game. Number 3. Into the Radius VR. There's a lot of caveats for this pick. The first, and obvious one, is that this is a virtual reality title only playable with a VR headset, which are not that popular yet. Thanks a lot to games like Half-Life Alyx, a lot of people are buying up VR headsets, which encourages more game studios to develop VR titles. The second caveat to this game is that it's actually available right now as early access, and it will be officially launching on the 20th of July. If you are into single-player survival shooters, Into the Radius would be a great pick for you. The game is set in a dystopian world that you have to explore so you can put the puzzle pieces together. VR is slowly becoming more relevant, and that is always great to see. Number 2. Ghost of Tsushima. The Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world action-adventure game with stealth elements set in the 13th century. It's coming out on the 17th of July, but sadly only on the PlayStation 4 as an exclusive. The game looks absolutely beautiful, and if you love samurais, you'd love the Ghost of Tsushima. Instead of a GPS mechanic that would be out of place for a game set in this time, the wind will guide you onto your next objective. You'd also have to pay attention to your environment and certain visual cues. Following an animal or visible smoke can lead you to hidden areas with certain unlockables or some side content you don't want to miss. Judging solely by the trailers and footage, this game looks great, and it would be very hard to mess it up. The Ghost of Tsushima looks like another great PS4 exclusive you don't want to miss. Before we move on to Game 1 on this list, guys, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It helps promoting the channel on YouTube, and it's always nice to see appreciation for our content. If you're not a subscriber yet and you don't want to miss our future videos, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Now it's time for number 1, Ironman VR. Ironman VR is another PlayStation 4 exclusive, and obviously it requires a PlayStation VR headset, which is a bit cheaper and more appealing to the casual crowd. Combine that with the very popular Marvel Universe, and this game can play a huge role into making VR more mainstream and accessible. Marvel is a big enough franchise to milk money out of their properties with a bare minimum effort and the gimmick of a VR experience, but no. Judging by the trailers and the free demo that is already out and available, this game looks great. It doesn't seem like an on-rails interactive experience compared to the other VR games out right now. Hopefully, we'll get a version of this game for other headsets on PC. Ironman VR is a great step for VR gaming, much like Half-Life Alyx. What is your favorite game to come out in July 2020? Make sure to leave it in the comments, even if it's just an expansion or if it's not on this list. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our next videos. Good luck and have fun!